Hello, party people. This is Sammy from Not Your Average Club, a safe place where we come and talk all things mental health, spirituality, and quite a bit of tarot. This is going to be a channel, I almost hit a channel message. This is going to be a tarot pick a card on how have you grown in the recent past. So, pile number one is going to be the Pink Princess Philodendron. It's like a propagation of it, so it's like super teensy tiny. So for pile number one, the growth might be like in the beginning stages. And this septarian egg, but it reminds me of dragon egg, and that'll be important. So we're going to call it a dragon egg, but it's a septarian egg. So pink philodendron and septarian egg for pile number one. Okay. Pile number two is going to be this pink variegated Hoya. And this really pretty stone. I don't remember what kind of quartz it is, but it's really pretty. So the pink Hoya. Okay. And then finally, pile number three is going to be this silver and pothos, or this fossilized dinosaur poop. Okay, so those are your pile selections. Go ahead, pause, meditate on which one you want, but don't go towards the most aesthetically pleasing. Go to the one that calls you the most, okay? And without further ado, we'll jump on in. Broke boys don't know what. See, I know that's right. All right. Hello, pile number one. If you chose the Pink Princess Philodendron or the septarian egg, or we're going to call the dragon egg, then this is going to be your reading on how you've grown in the recent past. First thing that I'm getting with the Pink Princess Philodendron is you might have been spoiled a little bit. I'm getting like princess treatment. You can be masculine and still get princess treatment. Or there's something here about like, if you're a man, feminines in your life, like wanting to give them princess treatment, or like being raised in such a way where women are supposed to be treated like princesses. There's something here about that. Also your growth might be very, very new, because like these leaves are teeny tiny itty bitty, but it's shielded, it's protected. It is in like a brass, like nice pot. So something here about that. Also, I'm getting Delirious in Game of Thrones, and her stepping into the fire with the dragon eggs, and then them breaking open and her emerging as the mother of dragons. That's why I kept saying we're probably going to call this a dragon egg. I'm getting that. Also, I'm getting a lot of fiery energy, so you might be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and we do have Aries out in the cards, so big time Aries. Coming through, we also have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and then Jupiter. I'm trying to remember which signs are ruled by Jupiter. I'm not good at remembering which planets rule what signs. But anywho, okay, so Jupiter, which is out here in the cards, Jupiter is a planet of growth, expansion, luck, and seeking knowledge, right? Like learning more. And your channeled songs is We Won't by James Young. And my Spanish is terrible, but somebody might be bilingual or speak Spanish as their first language, because the other song was Hasta, Abajo, I think, by Don Omar. And then you also got Delirious by Visto, Bosses, and Soldier Boy. So you got 3 songs, and I'll list them in the description box. So go ahead and give those a listen. But the song We Won't, don't go to war for me, I'm not the one that you want me to be. Don't call me up at 2 a.m. tonight, it feels so damn good, I wish you would, but just don't. The song's about him talking about this girl right here. Sorry, this girl looks so much like a girl that I went to school with. Her name was Jenny Poole. Looks so much like her, it's ridiculous. Jenny, I think, legally changed her name, or I don't know if it's illegally changed it or if it's like a stage name, but now she goes by Juniper. So if you happen to be watching this, say hey, I love you. Anyhow, that looks so much like her. Anywho, she's into modeling and traveling and such, so maybe there's something here about like, ooh, I actually might know somebody who's watching this, so Maddie, if you're watching this, hi, you found the right pile. Because I was just gonna talk about, like, there might be something here about a name change, and he changed his last name legally. Where like she's constantly in front of a camera. There might be something here about like being in front of a camera and like being in the spotlight or having some sort of affluence or something. And then also he's bilingual, I believe. So yeah, he might actually be a polyglot. I'm pretty sure he knows more than 2 languages, but I could be wrong about that. So Betty, if you're here, say hi. But anyways, that song's about like feeling like, hey, I'm not a great person, so maybe don't go to war for me. Maybe don't stick up for me. Maybe don't tie your name in your, like don't tie your reputation to mine, because I might bring it down, you know, like I might not actually be that good of a person, you know. I can't be who you want me to be, you know, but I do care about you and I do love you, and I wish that you would hit me up, and I wish we could hang out. I wish I would be that person for you, but I'm just not that person that you need me to be. That's what the song's about, right? And then Hasta, abajo, I might be murdering that. I cannot speak Spanish at all. I can barely speak English. I'm from the South where we murder English, so that song's about like clubbing and partying and like really pretty women and like checking out women on the dance floor and things of that nature. And then Delirious is like a love song, but it's talking about like feeling delirious, like feeling like out of sorts within love. So there's something here about somebody being in like a party, fragmented, fast-paced lifestyle, right? You've got play, have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. And she's literally in a martini glass, which by the way, reminds me of T Swizzled in Bejeweled, Taylor Swift in her song Bejeweled. She did a martini glass dance with Dita Von Teese, which is a burlesque dancer. So somebody might be a dancer. If so, hey, I've always wanted to learn burlesque. It's one of my favorite art forms. But there's something here about like modeling or being in like show business or being an actor, or okay, now Jacob's coming out, so Jacob, if you're watching, say hi. Something here about being like an actor or being like on screen in some way. Maybe you have a YouTube channel, something like that. It kind of like fragmenting your identity, kind of like making you see yourself in a weird way. Or maybe you have to give yourself in pieces. I'm now hearing that song, Pieces, by Amanda Cook. It's actually a worship song. It's one of my favorite worship songs of all time. Because for me, I've always been a hopeless romantic. And I always sought out love in other humans. And that song is like the juxtapositions of how fractured and how human in their imperfectness love versus how God loves. The song's like, you don't give your heart in pieces. You don't hide your love to tease us. You, like, it's such a beautiful song. You don't give your heart in pieces. You don't hide your soul to tease us. She quotes a part of Corinthians where it talks about love is patient, love is kind, love does not envy or boast. Or like the song talks about the definition of love. And there's something here about like fast player sort of energy, because you've got Three of Swords, which is like heartbreak energy, but it came out in reverse. So I think the growth here is like going from this fast, fun, like strippers, martini glasses, clubs, like alcohol, show businessy, fast-paced life. Like now I'm seeing somebody snort cocaine, like this very fast-paced life, to finding like the real definition of love, finding higher knowledge, learning to slow down, learning that also like abundance isn't just finances, it's not just worldly things, it's love, it's home, it's family. And I'm hearing la familia. Yeah, somebody definitely speaks Spanish. You've got the Three of Swords, but it came out in reverse. You've got the Four of Swords, which is like rest, recuperation. You've got Eight of Wands, which is like fast incoming communication. You've got the Well, which is like making a wish and like manifesting. You've got the Hermit, which is like slowing down and cutting people off to go within. Now I'm getting the book The Artist Date, like taking yourself on a date, going within, dating yourself. So maybe somebody recently has gone celibate, or they have decided to stop dating for a while, or maybe they're feeling called to do so. You've also got the Four of Cups, which is about like ignoring a blessing from God that's like right in front of your face. Okay, so what I'm seeing is a past person that maybe was really argumentative, maybe really quick to fight, really kind of immature. Aries are the most immature sign of all the zodiac. They're really reactive, they're really passionate, bold. They're like, there's a lot of great things about Aries. I love Aries. But they are like the babies of the zodiac. So think of like a toddler, you know, and that's where their development is spiritually. So like but you going from Aries to Jupiter, that's a huge jump when it comes to knowledge and higher learning and like growth. So I'm seeing somebody that I feel like is in the very beginning stages, because like I said with the Pink Princess, that maybe was babied, maybe was treated like, oh, like I'm getting like a mother wound, but not like a mother wound like your mom is mean and abusive, but more like a mother wound where your mother coddled you and babied you and enabled bad behavior, like emotional volatility. And I'm also now getting a father wound. Daddy might not have been very present. Daddy might have been, this is channeling, this is not in the cards. Daddy might have been more focused on money and work and maybe even ladies. instead of home and family. So mommy growing up coddled, and oh, this is my baby, oh, well, you get in trouble, don't worry, mommy's gonna bail you out of jail, or you got a bad grade, dad's gonna ground you, don't worry, mom's gonna coddle you, mommy, don't spank my baby, don't, like, I'm getting that sort of energy. And if you're a woman, it might be in reverse. Might have been where mommy was the strict one and daddy coddled, but I'm getting a masculine energy for this. I'm not gonna lie, I think men are predominantly watching this. But I'm getting very fast paced, like going out and clubbing sort of life. And then slowly being like, this is really shallow and I hunger for more. I want to learn. I want to get a higher education. I'm seeing somebody in a room full of people, like in a big party, but feeling so alone. Like they're surrounded by people. Like maybe they have a high following on social media and stuff. So like they're really popular and everybody loves them, but they feel like nobody truly knows them. They feel like they've only been allowed to give themselves in small increments. Like you only get a glimpse of me, and the glimpse of me that you get is fragmented. You only see bits and pieces and aspects of my personality. I feel like you won't accept me for all of me, so I only give you glimpses of the best parts of me, right? And because of this, because I put on a show, because I put on a mask, I now feel like I don't know myself. So I've gone within and I'm making a wish for the future. And I think the wish for the future is that somebody will love me. I'm now channeling your energy. Somebody will love me for all of me. That I'll be abundant in family and home. Like look at these bison. It's a mommy bison and a daddy bison and a little bitty baby bison, right? Maybe there was a time where you didn't want children, where you didn't want home. You're like, I'm just gonna be the cool uncle, the cool aunt, and I'm gonna travel, and I'm gonna be rich, and now you're like, well, shit, I kind of want a family. And maybe you were afraid to have that in the past because maybe you didn't have a good home life, because it was kind of getting like one parent that was like very present, but almost in a coddly sort of way, and then another parent that was like kind of distant and focused like more heavily on money, and like they weren't around as much. But I'm seeing a shift in perspective. I actually want to pull some more cards. I want to see who you're shifting into. You're becoming less like an Aries and more like a Virgo. I love Virgos. Virgos are very, if you're, I know Matt is watching this because Matt is an Aries sun and he's a Virgo rising. And your rising sign is who you're supposed to mature and grow into. Hi, Maddie. So Virgos are very like analytical, practical, but they're grounded, they're mature, they're still goofy goobers, they're still silly, they're still very playful, but they're great husbands, great wives, great, they're silly. My sister, okay, I have a lot of Virgos in my life. Steven's a Virgo, my sister's a Virgo, Olivia, my stepdad's a Virgo, one of my good friends, Natalia, is a Virgo. I love Virgos, okay? But you might not have to literally be a Virgo for this to fit, right? Or an Aries. But I'm getting, there was like an energy of like reactiveness and like passion, just going after your passions and no real plan, just like fly by the seat of your pants. Growing into somebody who makes a plan, who is more analytical, somebody who thinks before they act, somebody who's more methodical, somebody who is more organized. But Virgos get this rap for being boring, and but they're not. They're not boring, and they're not like super OCD and oh my god, they have to have everything just so. That's a stereotype. It's not real. Every Virgo I've ever known is a slob except for my stepdad. Virgos are just like, they're like a dad. Even if they're a woman, like they give zaddy vibes, and I feel like you're growing into your zaddy vibes, where it's like you're matured, you've learned, you've gone within, and you've really stepped into like your higher self. I think this is beautiful energy. I want to get a couple more. Now I'm hearing that song. I just looked and it says break the chain. Now I'm hearing that worship song. Break every chain, break every chain, break every chain. I'm hearing there's an army rising up. There's an army rising up to break every chain, break every chain, break every chain. Ooh, maybe that's why you were born in Aries, or in that Aries energy, because Aries are warriors. Protection, call back your power, cut cords, soul retrieval. Notice how these women, right? They're in a blocked position. They're like, I am protecting myself. I'm shielding myself from lower vibrations, from negative people. Your cutoff game has become so strong. It's like you quit dulling your senses, you quit dulling your psychic abilities, your intuition, and numbing yourself out with drugs and alcohol and partying and fastness and noise and all the travel and all the craziness. And you're starting to go inside. Trust the niggle. Trust the feeling within. That's like your intuition. Trust that gut feeling. That person, their energy feels off. I'm going to shield myself from them. That environment doesn't feel good for me. It makes me dissociate. I'm getting heavy dissociation with this. It makes me feel fragmented. It makes me feel like I can't be my full authentic self. It makes me feel like I can't express myself fully. I don't want to be there, right? Go where your soul leads. And I feel like you're going to crack open and emerge almost like the phoenix, where you're going to emerge like the mother of dragons. You're going to emerge as a powerful leader, somebody who hones their fire, but they're not reactive. Somebody who learns to like use their fire like a warrior, like I'm getting like an Olympian. I'm really getting the Greek god Aries. Nice. All right, let's clear out that energy. Jump into pile 2. Pile number 2, if you chose the pink variegated Hoya and this crystal, then this is your reading. First thing I'm getting is, can I get a Hoya? So somebody might be very silly, very goofy. You might also like really enjoy like a back and forth banter between people and like cracking people up. You might have been like class clown, like very funny. Because I'm getting, can I get a Hoya? It's because the plant's called a Hoya. Also, this is kind of reminding me of like a glacier, but it's like very dirty looking. There might be something about like hard water in your house. Like earlier today I was working at a client's house and I did clean like hard water stains. Like she had very like sulfury water, so it left like a reddish brownish residue in her tub. I was cleaning that out. So somebody might have like hard water, or you might have low iron or something. Now my palms are itching. So somebody might be coming into money soon, or recently just came into quite a bit of money. But there's also something here about feeling like the water is polluted. What is happening? I'm trying to understand this. Like feeling like, now I'm getting that some blood in the water. What would you do with this blood in the water? Something your sons and your daughters, there's blood in the water. What? This is not one of your channeled songs. Like, this is coming to me now. Interesting. What would you do with this blood in the water? Okay. Prosperity, fraud, patience, heroin. So your channeled song is Coming Home by City and Color, and Crash Into Me by the Dave Matthews Band. A lot of masculine energy today. I don't think I've had feminine energy come out at all. Cheesy Pete's. Okay, so I'm gonna just call out all the masculine energy. I'm seeing the Emperor. I'm seeing King of Cups. I'm seeing King of Wands. I'm seeing Knight of Cups. Okay, that's a lot of masculine energy here. So if you're a feminine, you are definitely in your masculine energy. Okay. And that's okay. We all have masculine and feminine energy within us. True union, people always talk about like divine, like soulmate twin flame union, but true union is uniting the masculine and feminine energy within yourself. Did you know that? Just put you on. Oh, somebody's nasty. Somebody's nasty, you dirty little boy or girl. Because I drank that, and I just got a video of somebody, it was like a TikTok video of some random man saying that this tastes like a woman. It's guava soda, but yeah, so what are you nasty? What are you nasty out there? Okay, so anyways, one of the ways that you might be growing is coming out of your nastiness, because you got King of Wands, and it's like King of Wands, a healthy King of Wands is very mature, fiery. It's a fire sign, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Let me call out the energies that we got here. We got Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We've got Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Pisces heavy. And then whatever is ruled by Saturn, I can never remember what signs are what. So the songs Coming Home. So the song Coming Home is talking about like traveling the world, and he talks about all the places he's been to. He says, I've been to London, I've been to Paris, I've been here, I've been to Georgia, I've been there, and I've seen this and I've seen that, and blah blah blah, but now I'm coming home to you. And the Crash Into Me by the Dave Matthews Band, once again, is like coming home to a woman. Like, I want to crash into you, I want to make love to you, all that. Somebody's feeling sassy. Is somebody horny? Are you feeling a little, is it because my boobs are showing? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I was not doing that intentionally. I apologize. Lord, I apologize. Sorry, I'm feeling silly now. Okay. So maybe somebody's a little high or something, because I just said, oh, I'm feeling silly, or maybe somebody's drinking or something of that nature. I think the way somebody has grown is they've learned the value of other people in their life, particularly around love and romance. Maybe this is very similar to pile number 1, so maybe somebody's watching pile 1, 2, and probably 3 also. If so, thank you for watching all the way through. If you could like leave a little comment, a little like, a little something, help the algorithm out, that'd be lovely. If you're not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe. But I'm seeing like a storyline of somebody being like a King of Wands and being kind of immature in love. Like, I'm getting like a Casanova type, where it's like, oh, I'm gonna go on a lot of dates, and I mean a lot of dates. I'm talking like somebody who, I'm why I'm gonna judge you a tiny bit because I don't care for this energy because I'm romantic, but I'm getting somebody who, like a guy that says, oh, well, they're just a friend, but they have a lot of friends and they're sleeping with all of them. Like, I'm getting that sort of energy where it's like, oh, they're just friends, we're nothing serious or whatever. Or like, you go on like multiple dates with a girl, you like go to the movies with her, you take her out to the clubs, you might even like meet her family, but like when people ask you who they are, oh, she's just my friend. Like, it's given kind of non-committal, kind of playery energy, right? But then, because this is the single card to me, the Nine of Pentacles is like the single card, but it's like being content in being single, right? But then something happens and your world is flipped around on its shoulders and you're like, oh, maybe I don't want to be single anymore. Maybe I want to collaborate with other people. Maybe I want to come together with other people. Maybe I can't do this alone. Now I'm hearing that song by Paramore. I am finding out that maybe I was wrong, that I've fallen down and I can't do this alone. Stay with me, this is what I need, please. I love that song. Sing us a song and we'll sing it back to you. So maybe somebody found God because that song's actually a worship song. But she says, I'm finding out that maybe I was wrong, that I've fallen down and I can't do this alone. Stay with me. This is what I need, please. Sing us a song and we'll sing it back to you. We could sing our own, but what would we be without you? Cup of, somebody found God. Ooh, I love this. I love this. So I'm a tarot channel, but you best believe your girl believes in God. I believe in God. I believe that the Holy Spirit is actually what helps me with these readings. I do believe in other gods. I would not say that I'm Christian. I believe that the Holy Spirit is really the goddess Sophia. I could get into all kinds of stuff. We're not going to get into theology and all that. You're welcome here if you're Christian. I grew up Christian. My mom was an evangelical youth pastor. We had a very well loved Bible in the house. Me and Jesus are still cool. I still talk to him, still pray to him. I just now pray to other deities and stuff as well. Anywho, somebody found God. Ooh, I love this. But I feel like now I'm hearing that song, God is a Woman. Ooh, did somebody fall in love and then realize that okay, somebody fell in love with a spiritual baddie, and the spiritual baddie low-key awoken them to God and divinity, but also to love, because God is love. Oh, I love this. Because, and the reason I say that is because it's like a storyline of like King of Wands, like really masterful in the bedroom, like I am a Casanova, I can get anybody I want to sleep with me, baby, you know, to Knight of Cups, like, oh, I'm gonna date, but I'm gonna offer this little cup like it's nothing meaningful, to then the King of Cups, like, oh, now I've mastered my emotions, I've learned to own my emotions, I can now invest more of my heart, my soul, because at first you couldn't, you were Knight of Cups. Now I've stepped in to my Emperor, which is interesting. I don't see any pentacles here besides the 3 pentacles. I think your pentacles energy, I think, is not important in this reading, because I think you had already mastered your pentacles, which is like money, career, all that. And I think you might have gone into business or something with 2 other main characters, because I'm getting 3 men. Right? But that being said, I think you also learned to treat the opposite sex, or the sex you are romantically attracted to. You can be bisexual too, or pansexual. But I think you also started to respect the sex that you were attracted to and see them as friends, and then that really, really helped you step into your emperor, which is the culmination of all 4 kings, which is the King of Cups, King of Wands, King of Swords, all of it wrapped into one, which is lovely. Love to see it. I feel like the way that you grew is you matured emotionally, which is kind of a cliche. I mean, we all mature emotionally, but like I'm seeing a pretty significant like climb, right? Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, past lives. You better pop off. I'm proud of you. This hair scarf is not wanting to stay on my head. It's about to die because I'm just gonna take it off. Okay. You better pop off, King. I'm so fucking proud of you right now. Okay, so you had past karmic ties, past karmic lessons that you might have failed in past lives, right? You have completed those karmic lessons. You have learned them, and it's like you've worked the steps in this life, and I love to see it. These steps have to do with being like bound to the earthly things in like the underworld, because noticing all these women's ankles are like tied to like what looks like hell, right? So like the devil card in tarot is like temptations of sex and money and all that. Like you really overcame karmic lessons of like lower vibrational earthly matters. Share your voice, come out of the cave, persecution, expression, and you've also matured in the way you express yourself. You express yourself in a much more dignified, zaddy way, because you got Saturn here. Saturn is dad of the zodiac. So like you've really stepped into your like manlyhood. Like you've become a man in the spirit world. Like you're no longer a baby little soul. You're a mature, wise soul. Even like the Hoya, it's got like a little gnome old man on it. See, in my little mug here, like you turn into like a little old man. That's a good thing. That's a good thing, spiritually speaking. Like you want to be the sage. You want to be the shaman. Like you want to have that wise old maiden mother crone. You want to be the crone energy. You want to mature into the crone. I feel like the way you've grown as a spiritual awakening, has got Pisces here, and Pisces are like one of the most psychic, intuitive, esoteric signs in the zodiac. So they're also a water sign. They're also very poetic. You got this frog here, and it says, let go of the past and embrace change. Opportunities are close at hand. Hop into this new day with joy. Abundance and good fortune await you. I feel like one of the ways that you've matured and you've grown in this life is that like you're learning to embrace change, and you're like a little frog. Like I'm getting this song. We sing us a song. We'll sing it back to you. I'm getting like a frog croaking, like you know, singing your little song on like a little lily pad. It's so cute. Okay, heroine, patience. Create a place in nature's stillness and be removed. Take time alone to find balance. Step confidently towards your purpose. Patience will bring you rewards. You're learning to trust spirit and to like take like a leap of faith and to step out of your head and into flow with spirit. And I think that is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I'm really getting, okay, blood in the water. I get it now. I'm getting a baptism, like being washed in the blood of Jesus. Like I'm gonna get real Christian with you. I feel God in the Hasta. Like I feel like somebody awoke into their spirituality and like they found God and they are covered in the blood, you know, and that they yeah, like they gave themselves over to spirit. If it's not Christianity and like covered in the blood of Jesus, it's like giving themselves over to spirit and to the universe, and like really trusting that God's got them. Whoa. I love this energy. Can I get a Hoya? If you pick pile 2, I want you to type in the comments, can I get a Hoya? And then I want other people to reply, Hoya. Okay, thank you, please, and thank you, because that'd bring me a lot of joy. All right. When I'm walking, I strut my stuff, man, I'm so strung out. I'm high as a kite, I just might stop to check you out. Let me go on, like a blister in the sun. Let me go on, big hands, I know you're the one. Hi party people, if you chose the silver and pothos and the fossilized dinosaur poop, this is your reading about how you've grown in this lifetime. First things I want to say first, somebody's grandmother is coming through heavily, because you got the Anna, grandmother of Jesus card, and it's silver and pothos. So somebody's grandma her name might literally be Anne, because it's Anna, a grandmother of Jesus, and then this is called a silver Anne. Her name doesn't have to be Anne, but if it is, holy shit, let me know, because that's coming through heavily. Also, somebody might have been a little shithead in their life, or they had a grandmother that was like, you little shit, because I'm getting like, you little shit, or like, I was a shitty kid, I was a shitty teenager. I'm getting that. Also, this pot is reminding me of like Mexican like tiling, or even like Grecian like tiling, or for some of you, I'm getting like mosaic tiling floor, and now I'm getting like a house on like a coastline, like a white like kind of stucco house. Like I'm getting like Greece, Italy, like Puerto Rico, like something like a coastline. I'm getting a coastline. I'm getting a teal door, but it's like a wooden teal door, and it opens up like 2 doors. Like I'm getting like a white stucco sort of house like on a coastline, and like a, yeah, okay, I don't know what that's about. But yeah, somebody's grandmother has helped them evolve in this lifetime. Like, if your grandmother has passed away, she's acting now as a spirit guide for you, and she's guiding you along this journey. It says, Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. I feel like the way that you're growing this lifetime is through healing your inner child. And I'll tell you why. Okay, so your songs are Angel by Shaggy and Rayvon. Girl, you're my angel, you're my darling angel. Closer than my peeps you are to me, baby. I haven't heard that song in a hot minute. And Return to Me by Dean Martin. Return to me, 'cause oh my dear, I'm so lonely. That, which by the way is a great movie. The movie Return to Me, so cute. It's about like this Italian young lady who's had like open heart surgery, and a man whose wife passed away, and his wife's heart was given to this woman, and they fall in love, and then he later finds out that she has like his wife's heart. It's like really romantic and sweet, but like she's got like cute little Italian grandpa. So maybe somebody's from Italy or something. If so, that's awesome. Italian food is my favorite, so feel free to come over anytime and feed me or invite me to Italy. I would happily go to Italy anytime. It's actually like one of my main bucket list places I want to go. Empty who? Longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. Okay. Now I'm hearing the song Home by Edward Sharpe and the Magnetic Zeros. Alabama, Arkansas, I do love my mama, not the way that I do love you. Well, holy moly, me oh my, you're the apple of my eye. Girl, I never loved one like you. Man, oh man, you're my best friend. I scream it too, that nothing is, there ain't nothing that I need. Chocolate candy, Jesus Christ, there ain't nothing pleasing more than you. Oh, home, let me go home. Home is wherever I'm with you. Oh, home, let me go home. There's something here about like seeking home and finding it. I feel like the way you've grown in this lifetime is like you feeling displaced. You feeling like your entire life, like you didn't fit in, like you didn't have a home, like you, I relate heavily to this. I'm autistic, so my entire life it really related to my favorite Disney princess growing up was Ariel from The Little Mermaid, because like I really related heavily to not feeling a part of this world and like feeling like I was almost watching the world through like a pane glass and like I was separate from everybody else and like wanting to relate to them, but feeling like I was only half human, like half fish, you know? There's something here about like that sort of feeling like you can't fully relate to people, like you're different than everybody else. And then finding your soul tribe, finding your family, finding people that your inner child feels safe with. I love this energy. Okay, so Neptune is about illusions, it's about spirituality, it's about like the subconscious mind. And Scorpio is also very much so about the subconscious mind. You got both of those cards out here, by the way. So I feel like the way you've grown in this lifetime is very much so like a journey of the mind, of the soul. Like it's very deep. Like you've done some serious shadow work. You've done some serious therapy. I feel like maybe your childhood was very turbulent. Maybe there's a lot of fighting, a lot of anger, a lot of like, I'm getting like dishes being thrown. I'm getting, oh, what movie is that? There's a movie where they're talking about like Italian people. Somebody might be Italian. I don't know. They're talking about like Italian people and like they fight big because like it's a part of their culture where they like get in these big explosive fights, but then they make up, like being very passionate people. And I'm getting like throwing dishes and like I'm getting like very turbulent. And I feel like there was a misunderstanding that power came from this very like grrr place. Like I have to assert my power, I have to assert my dominance, I have to yell, I have to be big in my energy to be powerful, right? I have to be loud, I have to be strong, I have to be warrior-esque, right? But I think the growth here is learning that true like alpha energy is quiet. It speaks for itself. Like you can be a strong presence and be a peaceful presence. You can be powerful beyond measure and be benevolent. And I feel like there's a journey about that. Somebody was in a Knight of Wands, very immature, very fast, reactive energy. Somebody is definitely watching all three piles. Fast, reactive, passionate, bold energy, but very like abrasive, very reactive, very foolish, but you're coming out of that energy. You're not so defensive anymore. You're not so combative anymore. And you're learning to sit still and ask yourself, where do I want to go in life? What do I see for the future? And who do I want to take with me? and you're stepping boldly into that, and that's where you found your power. I just heard that's where I found my boner. I think it's metaphorical. That's where I found my manhood, is in getting still and asking what I want. Ooh. Better pop off, King. You better pop off. Ooh, I like it. I like it. There's also something here about a grandmother influence being perceived as like very holy and like the epitome of like what a woman should be, and women not living up to that. Like nobody can cook like my grandma, nobody can hold a house down like my grandma, and nobody can, you know, like it's a little weird, I'm not gonna lie, because, you know, we're not your grandma, but I feel like a grandma's like, you silly stupid boy, let me guide you to a human that is your equal and is worthy of you and will love you and will nurture you and will bring out your divine masculine, will make your inner child come out and play, and you'll feel safe, you'll feel secure, you'll be less like a little shit, you know? Yeah, I want to get some more cards. I want to see some more here. I'm not really done with this energy yet. I've got teeny tiny little Burger King hands, so it's really hard for me to shuffle, so. I'm hearing this song, Boom Boom. It's like a Caribbean sort of song. Birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world, coming into being. Yeah, there's also something here about like growth within your creativity and like the way you approach creative projects. You're approaching creative project from a place that connects more now with your inner child than before. Pillar of light, your vibration is rising. You are an oracle. You're also awakening to your spirituality, and you're getting more downloads from spirit. I'm also getting that you're getting downloads from your grandmother. Get grounded, empaths, highly sensitive. You're also a very highly sensitive soul, and you're realizing that you're an empath, and you're realizing the need to like seclude yourself more and to get alone with yourself and with higher conscious. I feel like, because this card came out in reverse, I feel like in the past you said yes to a lot of things, and now you're learning the power of saying no and holding boundaries. What are you clinging to? You're also learning to release what no longer serves you. Yeah, you're breaking old change, old past karmic cycles. You're awakening to the idea that you're like a star seed, or like you have a bigger purpose that's more connected to spirit and to God. You're also being called into being like a spiritual leader of sorts. But in order to do that, you have to like slow down and mature. You're really learning to grow into your like sage energy. You're more like crone energy. You're more mature, wise, elderly energy. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. Yeah, that's the message. I think that's the video, guys. I'm sorry for the divine feminines that might have watched this and been like, wow, she was really tapping into a masculine energy. But it's very much so tapping into a masculine energy. If you're a divine feminine, just remember, you too have masculine energy, and there's still messages for you in these readings. I apologize if it like seemed like it was only catering to the men. I was very heavily getting masculine energy with this video. So I hope that this video found you well, and I hope that it gave you some enlightenment and some encouragement, and I hope that you'll come back. So I love you, and I hope you have a magical, wonderful, beautiful day.